Alrighty, the Ural's in a few pieces because we've had quite an arduous ride. I thought while the tank was off I'd give you a quick look at some of the modifications or hacks that I've done. This is a special one that allows the seat to be removed much more easily. I made up a new plate with a bolt hole in it, slide the forward part of the seat forward. That locks the bolt in. There are two riv nuts back in here that allows you to screw the seat back on. I had to make a bracket to accommodate that as well. Put this reversing lever on to save me bending down on my ruined back and changing gears back, changing from reverse to forward, back and two. It mounts to the top engine mount there and there. That's that bit. The seat is off primarily because I bought a couple of snap connectors to break the balance line between the two sides of the fuel tank, which I'll show you. That in its standard format goes straight underneath here, somewhere thereabouts, and plugs into the fuel tank on each side. Not plugs in, it's a push-on fitting, which you'll see shortly, and it's a right pain in the bum to take the tank off when there's fuel in it. You can only empty so much out, and then you get a mess like down here that loves to eat my bituminous driveway. So to overcome that, I will show you what I've done. Okay, entering the man cave, there's the Ural fuel tank in all its glory. This was the piece that would connect to there and there in order to balance the fuel on each side and ensure that one side doesn't run dry. You'll know what I mean. Anyhow, that was a right pain in the bum to take off. Somehow or other drain the rest of the fluid out of it, and in its stead I bought some proper fuel line, and I also acquired a pair of these. Disconnecting those stops fuel at this end and at that end. Pretty imperative that if you're going to buy them, you do it that way, so you've got the fuel locked out at both ends. So the tank will go back on. This will pass underneath the tank, and I'm not going to put it in such tight confines to the top rail. I'm going to run it around the front and see how that works. Whilst I was in the throes of doing that, I know this is only a drain line, but it's pretty well knackered. As you can see, all the little, it's been heat affected, and it's pretty poor rubber, or whatever it's called, reinforced rubber. I tried to push that back on and reuse it, and all it did was split even further. Now, these pieces are useless. So I used the leftover fuel line, and hopefully that'll be long enough to run down the frame. It's only a breather. So here we go. Done. All I've got to do is get it all back on again. Right now it's lunchtime. Adios. One thing I forgot to mention, these clamps, this type of clamp is on there for a reason. When this is attached to the bike, I think it's this one, because now it's a Jubilee clip. If you got that in the wrong position, it's very, very tight against the alternator. So I'm a bit fearful that vibration will cause this to wear through into the alternator. So you've got to be careful where you locate this, so that the bottom part, which is where the alternator is going to get close to, isn't this bit. Otherwise it will be right up against the alternator, and I reckon the tank shaking around will punch a hole in the alternator. Just another little heads up.